Testing, recording. All right. Hello, welcome to the What's on My Mind podcast. This is Daniel, and this is What's on My Mind. I just spent the past 45 minutes trying to find a place to record in my room, and now I'm on the floor in front of my record collection. And so, happy New Year. Today, I wanted to talk about my New Year's resolution for 2024. And it's going to be it might be a little bit of a longer video, maybe. We'll see. But I kind of wanted to definitely first start off by saying that 2023 was a year straight from a movie. No, I mean it was a boring movie if it was from a movie. I feel like since I graduated high school, honestly, it's just kind of been this downward spiral. But when I look back on my life, I realize it's not that it's a downward spiral, it was actually an uphill climb. And I am feeling really hopeful that 2024 I'm going to finally see the fruits of my labor. And so that's kind of one of my biggest. My notes app is very unorganized. So I'll start off by saying I did a tarot reading earlier today, and I got the star, which I am very happy to have gotten. The star is part of the major arcana. It is basically the part of the fool's journey where it's, when the sun rises after the night, and it is to represent like a new day. The sun also, it's like about forgiveness, like, the universe allowed for the sun to rise again. The sun doesn't have to rise every day, but it does. And so it's about new starts, new beginning of a new morning, and about a bunch of other things. But I think that would be a podcast episode in and of itself. So I will not go into that right now, but I will preface that by saying that, not preface, but I bring that up because that's, really solidifying my idea that 2024 is going to be a year of new beginnings, new awakenings. Maybe not so much new, like there's nothing new under the sun, but just like due season. The night has been going on for quite some time, and it is time for a new day. And it's also about confidence, letting your light shine. The sun shines, so letting your light shine and just being authentically you. I mean, that. Yeah. And so let's just get right into it. My New Year's resolutions for 2024. So, as I was trying to compile this list, I ran into this issue of, okay, what is a New Year's resolution and what is a New Year's goal? Because I think they're two things. Like, to me, a resolution is something that you feel like you want to work on yourself, like a character trait or just something that you feel could use some fixing. Whereas a goal is like a point A to a point B specific thing. Let's look it up. What is a resolution? Wait, no, let me not ask it like that. What is the definition of resolution?
Resolution means a firm decision to do or not to do something. Do you want to hear the next one?
Yes.
It means the quality of being determined or resolute. Want to hear one more? Want to hear the next one?
No. I don't think that's helping me. But Yeah, I don't think that's helping me. um, Maybe Siri just doesn't know. I've not really been much a fan of Siri, to be honest. I like Google, like my little Google Home that I got. But anyway, so yeah. And so I have 5 goals for 2024. And I have 5 resolutions. So, if you don't mind me, I'm gonna play with my audio real quick. I'm noticing low spikes. 1 second. That is better. Thank you for that. All right, so first up on my 5 goals for 2024. My first goal is I would love to get below 15% body fat. That's been a goal of mine for a long time. And I have been going to the gym consistently for at least 2 years, more so like 3 to 4 years. I've always been in the gym my whole life, but I didn't start taking it like seriously until in 2019. I was going, but I was in nursing school, and you know, that was not really a time of my life where I could really focus on health. So I really started going in 2020. However, obvious things happened in 2020, and it wasn't the best idea. Although I did go biking and running in 2020, and 2021 was a pretty good year for me physically. And then in 2022, everything came to a crashing, burning halt. But I really started going, like, I used it as opportunity because I wasn't working. So I've been going Monday through Friday, like minimum 5 days a week to the gym for at least a year now. It's been about, 2024 will make it 2 years in January. So 2 years of Monday through like 5 days a week, and I'm finally starting to see a little bit of results, but it's nowhere near where I thought. And so this new year, I really want to have that on the forefront of my mind. Like, I really want to be intentional with it. I think I just been passively doing it, and I've noticed that in life, there requires an intention to see a result. You know, you can't just passively do things. And I will admit, I'm not always the best with my diet. I mean, I'm not bad at it, but I could be lowering my carbs a little bit better. And so, yeah, some ways to get to 50%. I know I'm going to keep going to the gym 5 times a week. I'm going to keep intermittent fasting. I've been doing intermittent fasting, and that's really what's helped me. I want to be very, like, consistent with that, which is not hard. I already do those 2 things, so whatever. And then be on a Mediterranean diet. The Mediterranean diet is a really good diet to be on. So yeah, the Mediterranean diet is where you eat what they eat in the Mediterranean, and which is a blue zone. You might have heard of that, where people collectively, on average, like the average lifespan is 100 or more or something like that. And in the Mediterranean diet, they are primarily vegetarians, but they do eat lots and lots and lots and lots of fish. And it's not that they're vegetarian for any specific reason. It's just because, there's so much access to fruits and vegetables. It's a really good environment for growing natural foods. And also, there's not that much space for, like, livestock, like cows or chicken. But they do eat a lot of chicken. They have chickens and they will eat them. So it's not like that. It's just like maybe they would do it like once a meal, 1 meal a day, or maybe like once, maybe 2 to 3 times a week they'll have chicken. But it's mostly fish. There's plenty of fish. The Mediterranean's in the middle of the ocean, and they'll only have red meat like for very special occasions, like maybe on Christmas or maybe your birthday or maybe an anniversary. It's not like they're vegetarian for any like specific like religious or moral reasons. More so, it's just not practical. But that being said, they still are, and so it's a really good diet. They don't do any sugar. Well, I say any, but they do sugar that grows naturally, like pure cane sugar that grows natural, like on a cane, sugar cane. So you can have that if it grows naturally. And then they will do only the kind of wheats, like in terms of carbs, they'll do like grains that grow naturally, so like whole grains. So it's a pretty relaxed diet, honestly, but it's very low in bad fat and it's high in good fat, like olive oil and omega 3s in the fish. And yeah, I just not popped, but scratched a head pimple. Ouch. Do you get head pimples and you scratch them and it hurts? Yeah, that's not fun. Excuse me, I'm having issues. Okay, so that's that. First goal, below 50% body fat. Second goal, I really want to make it a really big point. And it's a goal. It's not on my resolution list, but it's a goal. I want to make it a really good point to post regularly on YouTube. At least 4 times a month minimum, which makes it 1 video a week. So I am not gonna be really strict with myself and like being really rigid on like a routine. But I will just do 4 videos a week minimum is my goal. And I am giving myself an allowance that can be a mix. It can be vlogs, podcasts, music, all of that counts. So not like 4 vlogs or regular videos a week and then 4 podcasts on top of it, just 4 in general. That's 2024, man. Just sticking it through, and then we'll go from there. Number 3, a goal for 2024: get monetized on YouTube. I have about 45 subscribers right now. I love you guys. You guys are the bedrock, and I say you guys, it's probably like you. I don't really know who subscribed, but I am believing that it can happen in 2024, sure. It just takes, like 10,000 subscribers? So, yeah. I'll leave it at that. I want to release an album. Okay, this is goal number 4. I want to release an album on streaming services. Now, I have about an album's worth of music already out on SoundCloud. A lot of it is very experimentational and it's rough. It's just in a home studio, not even a studio. I made it in my bed. And yeah, I want to put all those songs together and release it like in a full album form. And I just got I paid for a distribution service, and so I just like really don't want to. I really want to like feel perfect and comfortable in my skin and my craft before I put it out on Spotify, because I feel like once I put it out on Spotify, that is really the next step, and I don't feel confident or comfortable where I'm at musically just yet, because I need to like really get down to the nitty-gritty of the image that I'm wanting to, have, like the persona, all of that. I don't have like an album cover art. I don't know. I know I contain the capability of fleshing it out, but there's like this block that I don't know. I have to do a little bit more self-discovery. Almost there, but hopefully. I originally wanted to have it out by May, and I have enough songs to do it, so it's not like a big deal, but I do want to remaster almost all of them, so it could be a big deal, and remix, just because a lot of the songs I made them on GarageBand, and I recently just got Logic Pro, which is like the professional music making software, and so yeah, there's some things like you can do with EQ and blending and mixing that you can't do on GarageBand. So I want to see what I can do with my songs. And also, some of them, the vocals are really bad. I just kind of did it and it was like, I'm done. Because a lot of them are really hard to make emotionally. Regardless, that is one of the goals for 2024. Release an album on streaming services. My goal, my perfect world would be to do it in April or May, because I don't know, but I don't think that that's a plausible goal for me, because I would have needed that done by now, I think. So, and I need to find somebody willing to take my album cover photo. And yeah, I know two people that are brilliant at taking photos of me, and I think it would be beautiful if we did that. But that's definitely down the line. So anyway, and my final goal for 2024 is, for the first time in my life, I want to travel outside the USA, travel abroad. And it's kind of crazy. I've not left the USA. I mean, it's not really crazy when I think about it, but I don't know. I kind of get to comparing myself to my peers, other people, and I see that they've traveled outside the USA, and I just got my passport last year. And so, and the reason why it took so long for me to get my passport was there was literally no need. As a child, we were too poor to even travel outside of Texas, barely outside our city. So to travel outside of the United States, no. And to me, I just think of a passport as traveling. I know now that it has a lot more significance to it. It's citizenship. It's, it's valuable. But my family was not educated. They're still not. So anyway, but I've got one. And so now I am a full 100% US citizen. Well, I've always been, but on paper, and I can travel. And so I really want to go to Spain and Italy, and France, the French Riviera, the south of France, all throughout France, but definitely I want to go to Spain. I think that Spain, estoy practicando mi español por ir a España, porque quiero aprender más el español, y mi español no es muy bueno, pero sí, I'm trying. So yeah, I would like to go to Spain. I think that's just like where it'll all come together. Also, I love Italy. I've been trying to learn Italian too. Like, io sono un ragazze. Il ragazze beve l'acqua. I just love accents and I love language. And I've been learning some French. How do you go? Bonjour, je m'appelle Daniel, comment ça va? Ça va très bien. Je suis un garçon et I don't know how to say I. Mange un croissant. I don't know, that's really bad, but I can say a little bit more things, but I can't say it on the spot. So anyway, I've been practicing. Duolingo's been my little best friend, and I want to do those things. So now, this is a brief intermission until we go to the resolution portion of this podcast episode. And I would like to do interrupt this episode to bring to you today the Queen of Rap. Have you ever thought to yourself, I wish I lived in history? I love historical things. Things are not the same as it was. Wouldn't it have been so cool to live in the Roman Empire, or, to live through those historical figures? Well, I have news for you. You and I, we are living through history. The Queen of Rap has just released Pink Friday 2. It is an album full of 22 songs, or 25 I think now, of hit after hit after hit after hit. It is Nicki Minaj. She is the Queen of Rap. I will not argue with you about that. It is a fact. It's just kind of a simple fact, and I recommend you stream it. Let me know which song is your favorite in the comments below. Now back to our video. All right. So, yes, so that was my 5 goals for 2024. And now let's talk about, And now let's talk about my 5 resolutions for 2024. Hello. If you are not actively watching, but just listening, I just want to let people know that are watching that I am very sorry. I was messing with my watch, and somehow this crown here, it controls the zoom when you are using your watch as a remote camera, and I messed up with the zoom, so the remainder of this video is really zoomed in. Technical difficulty, the art of just starting. What can you do? So yeah, this is just a little disclaimer. I'm sorry about that, but enjoy the rest of the video. So I said goals were goals, resolutions are things I want to change. So I put so resolution number 1, I need to learn how to stop doubting myself and my intuition and operating by my ego. I need to kill my ego and learn to stop not going by my third eye, my intuition. There are so many times where my first instinct is to do something and I don't do it, and then it turns out that was the thing that I needed to do. Like, let's say a rudimentary example would be I say, oh my god, I need a new planner, this is cute, let me buy it, and I go, no, let's not, I shouldn't, because that's a waste of money. Why? And then lo and behold, I come home and I actually did need a new planner. Well, that's kind of a bad example because obviously, but it'll be something like that, something so simple. Let me take a right instead of a left. And I'm like, no, I always go left, let's just go left. And then I go that left instead of following my intuition and going right. And then boom, I hit a red light. And then the people found out, or like a train, and then I could have avoided it or something like that. And so it's simple stuff. I'm not trying to be all extreme here. I need to just go. I want to use 2024 as a experimental year. I want to experiment and see what would happen if I just let go and let God, just let my third eye lead the way. Literally let Jesus take the wheel. What would happen? Instead of leaning on my own understanding, what if I just literally just did it? Like, for example, I wanted cowboy boots, and it's kind of weird and kind of like a fine line because there are times where I'm feeling manic and like I wanted cowboy boots and I was like, oh, let me not. But I was like, wait, I always keep doing this. If I am wanting something that is reasonable, then why, like, wait? And so yeah, and I mean, even other things though, like traveling, like I wanted to buy a ticket to New York and New York City, and I was like, no, let me not. But then lo and behold, that week I was going to go to New York City, Lauren Daigle was having a Christmas jazz concert there, and I could have gone, but I didn't go by my intuition, and I didn't go, and that would have been the perfect time to do it because a lot of things happened. So yeah, that is brief examples of what I mean. And so like if I feel like this urge, like there's a difference between a thought urge and a stomach, like, you know, a spiritual urge. And if I feel that urge coming from here, like a gut feeling, that's literally what I'm saying. Like if I feel like a gut urge, I need to trust that that is my spirit telling me and my higher self moving me to do that. So that's what I need to learn how to do. And that's what I'm going to try doing in 2024. And we'll see what happens. Resolution 2. Stop operating in a state of guilt. So basically, stop feeling so guilty. Release the feelings of guilt. I recently read an email sent by Nicki Minaj. I am, I guess, a part of her fan list of emailing. I'm not sure, but in the email she states that you need to release guilt in order to grow and to achieve your goals and to move forward in life. And guilt is very heavy and it weighs you down. It stops you from doing what you know you need to do, and it just prevents you from growing. Like, for me, or let's just not say for me, let's just say for a random third person, guilt will prevent you from, how do I put it? So when you're feeling guilty about something, that's not a good way to put it. Guilt is very heavy, and sometimes you feel sorry for people, and you feel guilty for maybe having what they want, or doing what they've always wanted, or maybe when you're doing good because you worked hard, you prayed hard, you did what you had to do, and now you're living the fruit of that, you're eating the fruit of that seed, but like others around you are not. It makes you feel guilty and almost bad and sorry for them, and it makes you not want to continue on and go forward, because now you're just this person that has these things and other people don't, and so it just makes you feel really guilty. And there's also times where you have to put yourself first, and sometimes you are responsible for your life, and sometimes your actions, this is kind of controversial to say, but sometimes your actions, they're gonna hurt people who are not. Sometimes your actions are gonna hurt people, but those people, the people that they hurt, if your actions are hurting people, like, I'm not talking about physical pain. Never should anybody resort to violence. That is a very low vibrational thing. There should be, no violence. But I'm talking about, like, let's say, for example, you are in a toxic household and you just can't, like, let's say you have children and your husband is being really, toxic to you, and you just can't do it anymore. And so you leave with your husband, you and your kids, and your husband, it's not his fault, but he tried, and so that's going to hurt him, and you're going to feel guilty for putting your kids through that. But sometimes that is what you have to do, and it's not I mean, that's a very extreme example, but I think I'll say I think I'll say that there are times where you need to do what you need to do for yourself, and that's good for you and what's good for you. And you shouldn't feel guilty about putting yourself first, because you are responsible for your life, and those people are responsible for their life, and you're not responsible for the way that they feel about you and at all. You're not responsible for them, for their feelings. And so, especially as a Christian, that's kind of hard to navigate because you're taught to love one another and always walking in love and being, the light on the hill and the salt of the world, and, giving, and that your life really is nothing. Like, the purpose of life here is to give. And I agree. And so I don't have all the answers, but I do know that it is certain that in order to pour into someone else's cup, you have to have something to pour to begin with. And if your cup is just if you keep pouring, you can't pour from an empty cup. And so it's like that old saying that goes, you have to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. And sometimes, you know, like when you're making diamonds are created under pressure. And sometimes you need a little pressure, a little fire to get to where, you need to burn the path to get there. And yeah, 2024, there are seasons for this kind of thing. The world operates in seasons. And to me, I feel like 2024 is a year of pressure and burning bridges that no longer serve me, burning my way through to where I need to be in order to help those around me that need my help. I'm not in a position to help anybody right now, mentally, physically, emotionally. And so that is really killing me spiritually. And I recognize that I'm being held back, and that's kind of the reason why. And so, yeah, that is a long story short. Stop feeling guilty. Number 3, a resolution for me. This is actually kind of a goal in a way, but really all it is I want to do a lot more reading and studying. I have been doing a lot of reading and studying this past year, but in 2024 I really want to take it another notch. I've noticed I've been doing a lot more. My screen time has been up, and that's kind of hard when you are creating videos and stuff. Naturally your screen time will go up so you can know what's in style, what's going on, what to stay up to date. And it's really tapped into it's really tapped into my reading time. And I have my nightstand is full of books that I need to read. And so I really want to read more. But specifically reading books with sustenance. For example, like the Bible. There are so many esoteric lessons to learn in the Old Testament, and I am shocked. I never have been one to promote the Old Testament. I never liked it. I thought it was hypocritical. It was just wrong. We have a New Testament for a reason. But I've come to understand that the Old Testament, it's not to be taken literal necessarily. It's an example. There's different stories that we find ourselves in today, and it's basically it's the book of it's like this key, like there's secret teachings in there. It's all in the symbolism, and there's like numerology and astrology, and it goes so much deeper than we can even that I could comprehend before. And I think that as I get older, my brain matures, and as a collective, our consciousness kind of elevates. I'm learning more about the secrets of the Bible. And so that is all I'm going to say on that. And so, yeah, I want to do a lot more reading on that. And maybe not even just that. I would also I'm curious to see what the Quran has to say. It's all kinds of different literature I want to read. Moving along. Number 4. Put myself out there more and make friends and connections with like-minded people. Wow. That is a resolution, isn't it? I've not really been in a season of my life to make friends, or I have not had an interest in that. But I will say, yeah, it would be really cool and nice to have more like-minded people around me, such as people who are interested in photography and music and film and literature and the arts. I am in a very red area, and I know that these people exist over here, but I just don't know how to meet them. I guess I could try going on like Bumble BFF, but for men, Bumble BFF, they're basically just using it to date. And And no, I don't know. I can't. I can't. I'm sorry. And it's a resolution, so maybe I should try. But no, I think there has to be more organic ways to connect with people. So maybe, like taking classes somewhere, but I don't have the time for that. So I don't know how this goal will be achieved, but that is a goal. Oh, it's a resolution. I think, simply put, I just need to smile, be willing to have a conversation with people at the store. I do need to go out more, like maybe to Barnes and Noble. I don't know, the movies. There's not even much to do here to begin with, and so that's the issue there. But that goes down to, I think that'll come easier once I do some other practices first, like moving. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but yeah. Okay, anyway, moving along. Number 5. I am going to... A resolution of mine is I am going to believe for the opportunity to give more. Period. Like, give monetarily, give my time, give my energy. I really do believe in the law of cause and effect, and I believe that, you reap what you sow. The more you give, the more you receive, all of that. And I am needing to receive a lot. And so to do that, I understand I need to give a lot. So yeah, I would like to be more generous, but not just be more generous. Like, that's an equal exchange with the universe. I'm willing to give more, and I know I need to do the first step, but I'm believing that I will have an abundance to give from. And so I'm believing for that abundance to grow. And the way that I'm going to believe to do it is to give. And so we'll have that equal exchange going. And I think that'll be cool. Yeah, wouldn't it? In a perfect world, I would love to just be this self-employed person who is able to give generously where I go. It could be mission trips, or it could be, just paying for somebody's coffee at the airport, or it could be donating to charity, or even giving my time to charity. That could be something I do to meet people. But like, I would love to just travel from place to place, like have money to do that, and not just travel, but learn about the culture and help. I don't know how I could do it, but I don't know. When I envision like my perfect self, it's like I envision a philanthropist, traveling teacher type person who, gives. I want to be known for being a generous person who promotes love and acceptance. And so, yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to tap into that, like start now, putting actions to my words so that way I can realize that. And yeah, that's a deeper, I don't know, like kind of a tangent on that. But period, just point blank, I just want to be more generous. That's a good goal. So yeah. And for you all, I have a bonus resolution. Resolution number 6. I want to find my personal brand. I don't know what I meant by that. Be good at being me. Be natural in front of people and the camera. That's a good goal. Yeah, I am very awkward in front of a camera, and I understand that. I think I'm awkward in real life too, so am I being natural? I don't think that I'm being my 100% true self in front of the camera. When I hit the camera and it clicks record, something in me just tenses up, and like my brain goes blank, and I'm not as witty as I am in real life, and I stutter, and I just get so anxious. And so I need to learn to be comfortable in my skin and with myself, and with like there is pressure with being on the internet, and it's a very courageous thing to do, to record yourself and put yourself out there in front of family and friends. And oftentimes family is the most vicious critical audience you'll have, but that's good. They'll tell you how it is. They won't sugarcoat it like friends might, or general people that it doesn't, they'll tell you. So I welcome it. It is what it is. It's something to get used to. If I'm going to be in front of the public eye, then criticism is something that you need to get used to. So learning to get used to it, and then like finding who I am, I guess. My personal brand, I don't know what it is yet. I don't know. Sometimes like I have a better personality than what I record, and it's because I get anxious and I don't show my true self. So yeah, I want to learn how to do that, and the way to do it is to not be anxious in front of the camera. And to not be anxious in front of the camera, you got to be comfortable in your skin. And so that's what I need to do. So yeah, those are my New Year's resolution and goals for the new year 2024. How exciting! We have made it to another year. You can hear the excitement in my voice, can't you? Yeah, I am very excited to see what this new year holds. I will be honest, I don't truly have in my gut, I don't know if I should say that out loud. 2024 is going to be a very interesting year. It is a presidential election year. And if there's one message I need you to understand, if you've made it this far of this video, then this message is for you, because that means you care. And everybody that's clicked off by now, they're going to miss this. And that's on them. But if you've made it, this message is for you, and it's important. So listen to me. Do not let pop culture or the media distract you from the important things that are going on. 2024, there's going to be many albums, a lot of music coming out. People that, they've waited until 2024. Movies like The Joker. We got Billie Eilish. We have Ariana Grande, Katy Perry, Lady Gaga, potentially Rihanna, SZA, all these people, and much, much, much more. Declan McKenna. There's going to be so much music and like distraction out there in 2024, and they did that on purpose. They want us to be distracted and to be, chained to the rhythm, and they don't, want us focusing on what really matters. And I don't believe that politics matters at all, but I do believe that there needs to be an awareness, and we can't just keep being sheep. So there's a line to be drawn, and we all know we have that divine light in us that will guide us to the line that needs to be drawn. It's not like it's not groundbreaking rocket science to know that the far left and the far right, those are extremes, and most people reside in the middle. And so anyway, there's going to be a lot of distraction and like attempt at distraction. And so, even me releasing music, I think that this is going to be definitely, I'm not saying that it's bad, and it's going to, like, astrologically, I think, Jupiter is, Venus is going direct in Jupiter, so that's going to be a really good time for expanding minds and releasing things in pleasurable activities. And so, like, it's good to release it. Just ground yourself and don't let yourself go too far away, because you'll want to be aware of what's happening so that you don't be caught off guard. And I think that the media, they are really trying to create this narrative of hate and separation, and that's the last thing we need as a country. They want us separated because they can control us that way, and so we need to come together and understand that we have power, and it's not as dark as they make it seem. This is a beautiful time to be alive. It really is. Like a wise woman once said, if it's not good, then it's not over yet. I don't personally think the end is anywhere near. We have such a long way to go. I would say in terms of the scheme of things, yeah, we are in the final season, but we're like on episode 2 out of like 300 maybe, or 50, I don't know. So yeah, we are probably in the final season, but I don't. And also when the end does come, it's not going to be like, nobody knows, but it's going to be good, and that's all I got to say. So it will be exciting because it will be a new Earth. If you don't know about the new Earth, that is something for you to research. There's a lot of good information out there about the new Earth. So, that being said, I love you, and thank you for watching, and thank you for listening up until now, if you have. If you've listened up until now, comment New Earth. No, don't comment that. It might give it away. Comment your favorite color, if you've listened to now. Your favorite color and whatever else it was that I asked you to comment earlier. Your favorite track off of Nicki Minaj. Yeah. Pink Friday 2. I think that's a good album. Yeah. But anyway, at that, I will leave it here. Thanks for listening to what's been on my mind. My name is Daniel, and I will see you next year. Bye.